Alright guys, well unfortunately we're finding ourselves in a very familiar position. The van is broke down again. Right now I'm currently capturing radiator fluid. It looks like my brand new radiator that I just had put in less than 4 months ago is leaking and leaking around the top. So I am going to try to get it out. I'm going to pull the whole radiator. Now we're actually, me and my buddy Matt, he's not here right now, but he's camped up here with me. We are out in Hell's Canyon. We drove 8 hours to get here yesterday. We're in some kind of really back national forest. We don't have any cell phone signal here. So the best thing that I can think of to do at this point is I'm going to have to drain the radiator fluid out of the van completely. And then what we'll do is pull the radiator out of the van and then maybe try to drive back a couple 3 hours to the nearest town and then start calling around and try to find a radiator repair shop that I can take the radiator to and get it repaired. Yeah, this is really unfortunate. I look forward to this trip every year and I'm really frustrated right now about this, but you know, I'm just gonna have to dig in and start getting it fixed. All right, guys. So we started digging into the van a little bit. We've got it still draining. I'm just kind of draining the radiator slow to make sure that I can capture as much of the radiator fluid as possible and not spill too much on the ground. But I went ahead and checked the thermostat, pulled the thermostat out, and it looks like it might have been the culprit. You can see that this thing is really messed up, and so I'm thinking that, you know, it got screwed up and caused the extra pressure in the system, which expanded the radiator or put too much pressure on the radiator, causing it to kind of burst at the seams. So we'll be replacing this tomorrow as well when we go into town. All right, folks. Well, we've got the radiator out. It's actually the next day. We're getting ready. Matt's getting the truck warmed up, his truck warmed up, and ready to go so we can make the hour drive just to get the cell phone signal. That's how far back in the wilderness we are right now, as it's going to take us an hour just to get to the nearest cell phone signal. Then I'm going to call around and it could be another 50 miles or more for us to get to a big enough town that would have somebody that can either repair that radiator or, you know, try to buy a new radiator. So it's going to be a long day today, frustrating day. Nothing's worse than, you know, planning all year for a trip and then spending 2 days of it working on your vehicle. Anyhow, like I said, I'm going to show you here real quick. So if you look right along this top edge here, that's where the radiator is leaking. It might be able to be repaired. I don't know. I know older radiators could be repaired by just crimping those better, but I don't know about these newer ones. So we'll just have to kind of, we'll just see once we get a hold of somebody. All right, guys. So we are just chilling here at the van, and we spent most of yesterday, a good 5 hours at least, traveling so that we could get to a point where we could get cell phone signal and then order parts for the van. We got the parts ordered, but unfortunately we're going to have to do the whole thing again because they didn't have the local Napa didn't have the parts or the radiator, but they were able to order it in, and they should have it by noon today. So we're going to head up today and go get it, and hopefully I can get it back here. We can get everything squared around. Other than that, everything's just been fine. I've been just using the van. I mean, we're parked here, and everything's been working out great. I am starting to get a little bit concerned about my power level on my house battery. So I did yesterday, I switched over to my Jackery 1000, my refrigerator. I put on my Jackery 1000 so that way I wouldn't have to, I could conserve as much house battery for other functions, mainly my heater, because it has still been getting very chilly up here in the mountains at night. So it's just been nice to be able to turn the heater on at night, you know, warm up the van, change clothes for bed, and then in the morning I can warm up the van and change clothes before I get out. So I've been kind of conserving for that. But hopefully, again, hopefully we'll get that all worked out today. We'll get the van running again, and we can start getting everything kind of topped back off. Alright guys, so I've got the new thermostat here, and I also got the new radiator. We got radiator fluid, we got everything that hopefully we should need to get the van back up and running. So we're just going to get started. It's late in the afternoon, but I'm hoping I can get this thing knocked out before the sun goes down. Alright guys, so we got everything on except for the air intake. I'm going to go ahead and start putting radiator fluid in it now and make sure that everything seems to be holding and that we don't got any leaks anywhere. And then we'll put the air intake on and hopefully start her up. Now, because I didn't want to mess with mixing radiator fluid out here, I already just bought the pre-mixed 50/50. More expensive to do it this way, but it's already a hassle enough dealing with this outside or outdoors out in the campground here. So try to minimize some of the frustrations. Alright folks, well I think we're good to go. I checked it for leaks, ran the van for about a half an hour, everything seems good. We are running out of daylight, so what I think I'm going to do now is just go ahead and let it cool off, and then in the morning I'll go ahead and double check everything again, check to make sure the radiator fluid and everything's full, top off anything fluids that need to be topped off, and I think we'll be good to go. So we're going to pour ourselves a little glass of Pendleton, and a little cheers to celebrate a successful repair. Anyways, I hope you guys found this video interesting. If you did, please leave a like. If you have any comments or questions, you can leave those down below, and I'll catch you guys again outside.
Like a bird on a tree, I'm just sitting here. I got time, it's clear to see. From up here, the world seems small. We can sit together, it's so beautiful. You and me, we meant to be.